Hello there, hello, and welcome to my live. So this is plantain, and what I peeled earlier is yam. So I'm going to mix the two together and prepare fresh fufu. This is how most part of Ghana have their fufu. A mixture of tubers and roots. Well, tubers and plantain and cocoyam. So I'm trying to rush this. That's why I'm not taking time with the plantain. But this plantain is really, really, really annoying to peel. While I'm doing this, I've also got my soup boiling. Okay. So it is not banana. If you don't know what plantain is, it looks like banana, but it's not banana. Okay. So all I need to do is to peel these up and then boil it. The easiest plantain to peel is the ripe plantain. When I leave this for a few days and it becomes ripe, then it's so easy to peel. But when it's still green, then it's a pain trying to peel it. And you can hear oops. I'm wasting away my plantain. So I'm scraping it because it's got these, trying to scrape the odd looking parts away. There, that's all done. So for this to boil as quick as possible, I have to cut it into small pieces. Same with the yam. Cut them all the same, so they all cook at the same time. Now you can see that the yam, I didn't cut the head part, I cut the bottom part. That is how to preserve yam. Hi, Care Channel. Hello. Okay, so this is all done and ready to boil. Put this in there. Let's move this way. That's my soup bubbling away. Hello from India. Hello, hello. How's India? Namaste. Namaste. Okay, so I need to cover this up. And let this boil. Season it with a little bit of salt. Sea salt. And then cover this up. In the meanwhile, I am going to get my mixer. I'm going to do this in a mixer. So I have two mixers in this house. I have the big one, which is down there, and I have this small one at the top. So I'm going to have it here. While we wait for our tubers to boil, let me get this down. So fufu does look like mashed potatoes. Just that one is more sticky or stretchy, and I'm going to use that. So I just give this a rinse. Locked. Now let's look at our soup. Tomato soup, spicy tomato soup, which we call light soup, with tripe. Thank you very much, KSR. So this is tripe, or the intestines. Okay. With some chicken, so it's just a mixture of meat. So our soup is done. Our soup is done. Let's transfer this on there, because I think that is hotter than this one. In the meanwhile, let me get the rest of my yam from my storage. So look at the box of plantain I bought the other night. This is a wholesale box of plantain, and I got this from London. It's cheaper when you buy the whole box, because if you go to the Asian or African shops, they will normally, some will weigh this and some will sell, say, about 4 for £2, which is really expensive, you know. But I think I paid, did I pay about £25 for this box? Yeah, £25, and there's quite a lot inside it. The same with the yam. I bought a box of yam. So what I'm going to do with this whole lot is to turn some into plantain crisp, because it is my favorite. I'm not really a fan of eating fried plantain, because for the fried plantain I have to wait for this to be ripe before you can fry it. It's tastier when it's ripe, but when it's green, you can only use it for fufu, plantain crisp, or you can boil it. You eat it boiled. So if you've never seen this, this is not banana, this is plantain. Okay, a lot of Africans eat this, a lot of Caribbeans. I think when I was in was it in Thailand or Indonesia? Yeah, in Indonesia, in Bali, I bought some plantain chips from the streets. So definitely they also, they have plantain in Indonesia. Indians, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you guys eat plantain, but I'll not be surprised if a lot of Asian countries do eat plantain. So like I said, that is my mixer all set up. Just waiting for my plantain to boil. This is hot now. See, it's about to boil. It is boiling, okay? It is bubbling. So this is like a potato or cassava. That's the texture of it. The texture is like potato or cassava. It has to boil and become soft. Yes. The other day I told a few people one of the best ways to cook vegetables is to cook it according to the way it is grown or it grows. So root vegetables that grow in the ground are supposed to be cooked covered like this, okay? And then vegetables that grow in the sun are supposed to, well, first of all, you cook this covered, but in cold water. And then if it grows in the sun, like most green vegetables, broccoli, cabbage, green beans, cauliflower, all of them, you have to cook them in boiling water and you don't have to keep them covered. This is so that it cooks nicely and it retains its color. So this shouldn't take long at all. Okay. So the way to check if this is done is to use a spoon. So it's still hard. Okay. It's not done yet. We want it as soft as possible. But that shouldn't take long. It's not far off. Not far from being done. Let's check again. Yeah, it's almost there. Few more minutes, and then we can turn it into our fufu. Yam fufu. So normally a proper fufu is pounded in a mortar like this. You put the yam in and you pound it. But this here is for my vegetables, so plus it's too tiny. Now the day is over, night is drawing near, shadows of the evening still across the Look at the plantain, how nice and soft. Nice and soft it is. Right. Looks like we are good to go. Hey. So the plantain is done. Actually, both are done. But I would have loved for the yam to cook a little bit more. There. Okay. So we take out the yam and the plantain. Right. So we start off. You achieve the best results when it's still hot. So you start off slowly. let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. There. Yeah. You can see this is yam and plantain fufu. So if it were just yam, it would look whitish or creamish. But because it's a mixture of, oops. It's a mixture of the yam and the plantain. This is what we get. Okay. So I'm going to put it back on. A little bit more. And then add a tiny bit of water because it's very concentrated. I want it soft. This has to be soft. See? Perfect. Okay. I'll add some hot water. Looking so good. Yeah. Actually, let me start it before. Oops. Right. Oopsie. So this is it. What I need to do now is to mold it. Okay. So dish out. And all we have to do add some extra chili. For those who like it extra spicy. Okay, there. And this is our fufu. Made the Ghanaian way. Bon appetit! That is so yummy. Right. I need to go and sit down and enjoy this properly. Thank you all for your time. And please subscribe for future videos and tips on how to cook African and Western dishes. Ciao.